Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Gratitude and Gains, where we're going to get our blood pumping, our bodies moving. We're going to set our gratitude and our goals for the day so that we can keep moving higher throughout the week. Super excited to be with you this morning. If this is your first time here, go ahead and check in with me in the chat, all right? And if it's your first time, just put a 1, all right? Just hit that 1. Put a 1 in the chat, and that'll let me know it's your first time. I'd love to give you a quick shout out and welcome you to the show. If you've been here before, you already know what time it is. Hit that like button. And if you can, it would be awesome if you would share this out so we can reach more people. But let's go ahead. Let's rock. Let's roll. Let's go. All right. So this morning, as I was writing in my writing my gratitude and my goals in my prayer journal this morning, you know what? I wrote down that I'm grateful for the chance to slow down, the chance to breathe, and really take inventory of everything that's going on right now. I got a lot that's going on. That's okay. I feel peace, and we're going to get into that this morning, where that comes from. Because sometimes in life, you know, especially when it comes to the idea of wealth, right? We're going to talk about wealth this morning. When it comes to the idea of wealth, you know, we get so caught up in all the pressure, right? To do more, to have more, to produce more, right? It's that hustle mentality, right? And we forget to appreciate what we already have. So I'm super grateful for what I have already at this point. And gratitude is the foundation of wealth. All right? Let me explain that. It's not money, right? Peace, clarity, contentment, right? That is the foundation of wealth. Right? That steady feeling in your chest when you know you're going to be all right. Okay? And today, I'm extremely grateful for that. I'm grateful for the progress that I'm making. Got a lot of work on my plate, but I'm grateful to be making steps and making progress. I'm grateful for the people around me, right? For my team, for the people who work for me and support my vision, and new people that I'm hiring on. I'm grateful for them. So the people around me, and I'm grateful for the doors that are opening, even the ones that I don't even realize that are going to open in the future, right? Because that's just the way things work. So I'm having faith for those doors that I don't even see, and I'm grateful for those doors. And I'm also grateful for another shot today to get better, right? So I would love to hear from you. What are some things that you're grateful for? Tell me in the chat. Good morning, good morning. We got Lily in the chat with us. Good morning. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Check in with me in the chat. Let me know if this is your first time tuning in. If you're a first timer, put a 1 in the chat. If you've been here before and you're a repeat, just put a 2 in the chat, all right? So let me know. Either 1 or 2. If you've been here before, put a 1. If this is your first time, put a 2. And I'd love to give you a shout out. So good morning, Lily. Good to see you. But yeah, let me know also, again, what's something you're grateful for this morning? All right? What's one thing you're grateful for? And then I'm going to get into the message this morning. So the message of the day, right? As I was reading the word and I was reading my devotional, what really hit me hard this morning was a reminder that real wealth starts on the inside long before it ever shows up on the outside, right? A lot of times when we talk about wealth, you know, it's what you have, your possessions, your car, your house. No. Real wealth starts on the inside before you ever see any results that show up on the outside, okay? In my devotional this morning, it talked about peace, right? Peace. and how trying to perform your way into worth, right? Trying to become worthy or grind your way into feeling enough will always leave you feeling empty. Like, it's one of the reasons why you see some of the wealthy people are like financially wealthy people. A lot of the financially wealthy people are very, very empty on the inside. It's because they're trying to grind their way or perform their way or have enough success in their life to feel like they're enough, to feel like they're worthy. But it leaves them feeling empty on the inside, right? Because they haven't done the inner work. A lot of them. Some of them do, but a lot of them haven't done the inner work, and so they end up feeling empty. It's one of the reasons why people win the lottery and then end up broke and on drugs, right? I mean, they end up losing all their money because they're empty on the inside. Because wealth isn't just about what you accumulate. It's not just about the things, the cars, the house, the watch. It's not about that. Wealth is about who you become, all right? On the inside, who do you become? See, I feel like wealth just amplifies who you already are, okay? If you're a generous person, you're going to be an extremely generous person. If you're an angry person, you're going to be a really angry person. If you're a bitter person, you're going to be a really bitter person. If you're a joyful person, you're going to be a really joyful person. It just kind of amplifies who you already are on the inside. So, again, it's important to do the inner work. And that way you can produce a more fruitful life and have true wealth, right? It's the presence you carry, the mindset you lead yourself with, right? The ability to stay grounded when life tries to pull you in every direction, right? That's wealth. You know, the other day I had a situation with a colleague of mine, and we had a little bit of a butting of the heads, if you know what I'm saying. We were kind of going at it a little bit, and things got a little bit heated. He got pretty upset, and I mean, now I'm not gonna say pretty upset. He got really upset to a point where some not choice words were thrown out. Pretty ugly stuff was being said. And honestly, I was actually very proud of myself on the way I handled the situation. The old me would have went to war over words that were spoken to me. Like, the words that were being said over me were not pretty. And the old me would have went to war over some of those words. But I humbled myself and I just said, you know what? I can't control him. All I can do is control how I react in this situation. And so I quieted down and just tried to mitigate the situation and tried to lower the temperature, and was able to do that. And I didn't do it in a form of weakness. I did it in a form of strength, and I drew a line and I said, hey, respectfully, I'm going to draw a line here. We can't speak to each other like this. It doesn't, that's not going to fly. But I did it in a way that was just under control. It was the definition of meekness, not weakness, but meekness. Meekness is power under control. And anyway, so I was pretty proud of myself for the way I handled the situation, because I was able to, kind of mitigate things a little bit, kind of reduce the temperature. And then I even went back and I apologized for my part in it, took accountability for my part. And I didn't point fingers at what he did wrong, He already knew what he did wrong. I didn't need to keep pointing fingers. I just took the temperature down a little bit and then took accountability for what I had done wrong, because that's all I can control anyways. And by doing it this way, it didn't like create any more issues. It actually lowered the temperature, and he came back and apologized for what he had done. And so anyways, my point to all of this was, this story simply is that, to me, that's wealth, right? The wisdom and the knowledge to handle situations like that, and to stay grounded when life is trying to like smack you around a little bit. That's true wealth to me, okay? Because the world's always gonna push you around or try to measure you to results or outcomes, maybe accomplishments, right? Like, we're always trying to measure up a lot of times. Like, look at that's why they have that keeping up with the Joneses, right? But for me, well, actually, not even for me. The scripture keeps telling me right now as I'm reading, it's like pulling me back to the truth. And the truth is, peace over pressure, presence over performance, right? Being present in the moment over, your performance and what you're able to accomplish, and direction over hustle, right? We're always in this hustle, go, go, go. But you know what? If you just have a clear direction and a clear focus and path, you don't need to grind so hard. Just take it steady, one day at a time, one step at a time, and you're going to get to the destination. So there's something in our culture that is driving us. We think that wealth comes from, hustle, from performance, from pressure, from being able to just handle a lot and do more, right? No. Peace, presence, and direction, clarity, those are true wealth, right? And contentment as well. Being grateful and content for what you have, not for what you don't have. See, I think that hustle, that performance, and that pressure is constantly looking at what you don't have. And when you read the word, it talks about being grateful and having gratitude and thanksgiving and being just absolutely grateful for what you do have in your hands. It's like when Jesus fed the 5,000, when you read that story about Jesus feeding the 5,000, they didn't have enough food to feed everyone. They were like worried about it and stressing about it. And Jesus said, "Bring me what you got, man. Like, just what do you have?" And they're like, "We got a few fish and a few loaves of bread." And he took what they had, gave thanks, and multiplied it. Right? So gratitude, being thankful for what you do have and looking at what you do have instead of looking at what you don't have. See, they were worried about the problem. They were worried about what they didn't have. They saw a problem in front of us, 5,000 people to feed. We don't have enough food. They were looking at the lack. And Jesus was looking at, hey, bring me what you got. Be grateful for that. Let's talk about that for a minute. Let me work with that. Okay? And oftentimes, again, in this society we're living in, this culture of hustle, go, 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 performance, pressure, we're looking at what we don't have instead of being grateful for what we do. So that's why I say peace over pressure, presence over performance, and direction over hustle. When you build from that place, everything else just follows and just flows, And this is something I'm learning, guys. I'm currently learning how to do this myself, okay? So hopefully that resonates with you guys. Good morning. I'm going to pull up the chat here. Let me get to it. All right. So we got Side is in the house. Good morning. Good to see you. Thank you. Hope you have a great life ahead, man. Keep it up. Tell me where you're from, Side. I'd love to Love to know. We got Travis Baus in the house. I love that, man. Good morning. Good morning. Good to see you. Frank Robinson, man. Good morning. Good to see you. I see your comment too. Yeah, man. I don't know about those rocks, but I appreciate the compliment anyways. Dog is in the house. Dog Kingos, my man, and the whole 50 grand. Good to see you. We got Anya. Anya says, do you ever train barefoot? What a great question. I actually am barefoot right now, Anya. Believe it or not. I'm at my home gym and I'm on my treadmill. And yes, barefoot, I am doing that as we speak. So great question. How did you know? How did you know? Hey guys, check in with me again in the chat. Let me know if this is your first time being here. Put a 1 in the chat. If you've been here before, okay, and you've tuned in before, I want you to put a 2 in the chat. Okay? So real simple. If this is your first time, put a 1. If you've been here before, put a 2. All right? And then hit that like button, okay? That's going to help me out. Appreciate that a bunch. Hit that like button. Hopefully we can get this out to more people. All right? Let me see if we got some folks over here. We got Tamara JD over there on Instagram. Good morning. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. All right, so let me get back to it. The message this morning, again, about wealth. I'm talking about wealth, but true wealth, not just money and what you have and cars and flash and your house and all of that. I'm talking about wealth. And just some reflection I got going on in my life. I'm in a season where I'm working real hard on a lot of different things. Okay, I've got moving pieces, building my business, creating new systems, hiring and finding the right help, preparing for events, serving people that are in career transition and focusing on helping and lifting and building other people, trying to grow myself in my personal development at the same time. I'm studying. I just, hey, like life is busy, right? It could be overwhelming, but honestly, it just feels purposeful. I don't feel overwhelmed. I feel like I'm being productive. Okay, I'm being extremely productive and purposeful, right? And I've learned this, that wealth isn't just money, guys. We're always trying to get to more. Wealth is not just money. Wealth is focus. Wealth is discipline. Wealth is clarity. Wealth is peace of mind, right? When you think about what is success, we always think about, money and, oh, look at Elon Musk and look at this billionaire and this, that. That's like what we measure success at. No, some of those people are absolutely miserable. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that wealth and money cannot be helpful in your life. It definitely can. It can help solve problems. It's just a tool. But again, the way I look at it is it amplifies what's already on the inside. You just have more abundance of it. So if you're already a miserable person on the inside, you're just going to be a real miserable person when you get money. Okay? But it is also a tool. Imagine if you're a miserable person without it, and you're broke and you got nothing going on and you're struggling and you're trying to make ends meet. That adds a level of stress too. So it can go on both ends of the spectrum. But that's why I say true wealth and true success, it's about focus. It's about discipline. Wealth is clarity. Wealth is peace of mind, right? Doing the inner work so that you can actually handle the physical wealth, right? It's the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, right? And you feel confident in that. And you just know that next step is with purpose. It's when you slow down long enough to check in with yourself, right? We got a lot of noise in this world, a lot of distraction in this world. But the noise starts to quiet down when you check in with yourself and the path gets clearer on where you're supposed to go. What's the next step you should be doing, right? So again, wealth grows from the inside out, all right? That's my lesson for today. Lesson grows from the inside out. If you want a more stable life, if you want to build, a more stable mindset, if you want clarity around your decisions, you have to protect your peace. If you want confidence in your direction, you have to slow down long enough to hear it. And when you do that consistently, you hear me talking about this all the time, is consistency. When you do this consistently, you start making better choices, not rushed ones, right? Not fear-based choices, but aligned choices. And that is real wealth. Okay? So I have an action step for you guys today based off of this lesson. I have a question for you. I want you to ask yourself, right? Where do you need more peace and less pressure in your life? More peace, less pressure. Where do you need that? Is it in your work, your schedule, your finances? Is it your relationships? Maybe your expectations on yourself, right? Maybe it's your habits, right? Where do you need more peace and less pressure in your life, right? Identify that area, figure out where it is, and then take one step today that is going to give you some space instead of stress, okay? A small shift can create an absolute massive difference when you stack it up every day, consistently, stacking it up. It's like why I get up here and do this show every single day, consistently, every day. It's why I work out every day. It's because those little small steps daily make a massive impact in your life over time. They compound. It's like compounding interest. It grows exponentially when you start stacking it up day after day after day. All right? So, what's that thing for you? All right? All right, a couple shout outs. We got Andrea Roy, good morning. Peacefulness and joy. Yeah. Can't enjoy anything without this for me. Absolutely. Andrea, good morning. Good morning. All right. Hey, guys, let me know again. If this is your first time, put a 1 in the chat. If you've been here before, put a 2 in the chat, okay? Andrea Joyce is feeling peaceful standing in a junkyard is gold. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You don't need all the flash and the money and all the things. Being able to be content and have joy and peace in the middle of a storm, in the middle of chaos, in the middle of a junkyard, as Andrea says, that's gold. Peace. All right. Love that. Thank you for sharing. Toby, good morning. Good to see you. How are you? Mickey Green, the Green says habits. Habits is the thing that you need to find more peace and less pressure, right? So thank you for sharing that. Guys, in closing, right now, again, I'm stepping into a season of growth, and it feels different. It's not frantic. It's not rushed. It's not forced, okay? And that's where I've been before, where I was in a pressure cooker, and things were growing, but it was like a pressure cooker, right? This season of my life, it just feels different. Like I'm still growing, but I'm at a different pace. It's not frantic. It's not forced. It's not rushed. It just feels steady, right? It feels steady, like a river flowing. A river, like if you think about a river carving into the side of a mountain, like it's because of the consistent flow that beats on the rock over time, creates these, creates these flow patterns throughout the mountain. Like it cuts through rock. It's steady. It's clear. It's intentional. That's where I'm at right now. Okay. And I want that for you too. I want you to figure that out. Right. I'm building right now. What I'm doing is I'm building wealth on the inside out. Okay. I'm building peace of mind, strength in my decisions, alignment in my direction. So to me, this is the foundation for everything else I want to build in my life. And I'm super grateful for it. And I'm excited about it. Okay. So I don't know about you, but I hope you have something that you are focused on yourself. All right. We got Prince in the house. Bad your comments. Says, take it easy, brother. Have a good day. Hey, man, I appreciate you. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being in the chat. Love you anyways, even though you got some crazy comments, man. Love you anyways. Where are you from? I'd love to know that. Guys, tell me where you're from in the chat, too. Rep your city, rep your hood. Okay? I've been talking to some people from all over the place, all over the world. I think Monday I had a meeting with somebody from this chat who was from South Africa. I'm in Dallas, Texas, all right, in the United States. I know we got people literally from all over the country. So rep your city, rep your hood. Where are you from? Where are you guys from? Tell me in the chat. And again, I hope y'all have an amazing day. I'm going to give a couple quick shout outs before we rock and roll. We got Prince in the house. We got Tobey, Andrea Roy. I see you. Okay. Knoxville, Tennessee. Prince, I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. He says, I was just messing. I'm getting ready for work and just trolling. All right. Hey, you know, that's what's up. At least you're being true about it, right? I've noticed that. Maybe you can help me, Prince. Can you help me out? I'd love to know if you could help me on this, because recently when I started this show, for the first time, whatever the algorithms are these days, it's hard for me to keep up with all the algorithms on social media, but right now I'm streaming live on multiple platforms. The platform that seems to be showing up because I put this vertical is YouTube, right? So YouTube's been showing up. And I've noticed on YouTube, we got some trolls, right? They come in and they throw in these crazy comments into the chat. Is that just like a thing? Some of them are like out of this world crazy, right? So Prince, help me out. Is that just like a thing on YouTube? I'm not taking it personal at all, by the way. At first I did. The first time I saw it, I was like, oh, how dare you? How dare you say some craziness to me, right? But then I was like, no, I got off this treadmill and the spirit hit me and said, no, Trevor, I'm putting those people in front of you for a reason. Okay? So don't get upset. You know, I'm putting them there for a reason. So serve those people, help those people, figure out how you can help them. That's what the spirit started speaking to me and telling me. And I was like, man, my flesh wanted to clap back and be like, oh, hell no, how dare you? That's what really my flesh wanted to say. But I was like, no, I got off the treadmill and the spirit just started talking to me and saying, hey, man, I put those people in front of you, serve them. Okay. So anyway, I'm curious, Prince, if that's a thing on YouTube. I'm noticing on YouTube, like some straight trolling going on here and there. And I'm cool with it, whatever. Doesn't bother me none anymore. I just want to figure out how I can help people, you know. We got Joe King in the house. Where are you running to? Man, I'm running to you, brother. Where are we going? Let's go. Let's make it happen. Okay. I'm running. Let's see, how long have I been running? Let's take a look. Probably about a couple miles now, I'd imagine. We are now at, let's see here. Yeah, 2 miles. 1.98, 2 miles. Prince says, YouTube is crazy. Most people just want you to read their comment. Then once you show a little love, they show true colors. Some people are just pricks, but not everyone. Some just want reactions. Yeah. Hey, that was kind of like where I was thinking. Thank you, Prince, for sharing that. Like, my initial thought is, again, when some of the stuff was crazy, I'm like, man, again, my initial reaction was like, oh, how dare you? I wanted to block people, right? And then I thought about exactly that. I'm like, you know what? These people are looking for attention. Like some of these people are looking for attention. So let me show some love. And I'm not going to do it with hate. I'm not going to react to it and be like, oh, how dare you? Don't blah, blah. Like, they're trolling. They're looking for attention. It reminds me of when I was a kid in school and I would like disrupt the class. I just needed attention. I need somebody to pay attention to me. Things weren't going on well at home in my life, and I needed to have someone pay attention to me. And that's all that was. I was disrupting the class. And I think that I think back on that, I'm like, that's what's happening here in these chats. Is you got some people who maybe behind the scenes, things aren't going so well in their life, and they're coming in here because they want some attention and they're disrupting the class. That's the way they're trying to get it. And so I thought about that and I'm like, you know what? I could be like the teacher in the classrooms who sent me to the principal's office and told me to get out of the classroom. And I could do that. Like I could block people in the chat, right? I could do that. Or I could be like those teachers that really made an impact in my life. The ones that really, really helped me. They were the ones that slowed down a minute and like actually tried to figure out what was going on behind the scenes and like help me. Like they showed me the attention I needed, but they did it in a positive way, not a negative way. So anyways, that was kind of like my shift. I was like, you know what? These people aren't here. Like they're not really throwing stones at me. They're just, they need attention and they're just trying to disrupt the class, right? And you know what? I got to have more control in my own emotions. I gotta be meek, and I have not weak, but meek, and just show love back. Figure out how I can help them. So now where I'm at is like when I see comments come through like that, I address them, right? And I show love back and appreciation. Like, thank you so much for the comment. I really appreciate it. I see you. I read that comment. I let them know I saw that. Hey, I see you. And you know what? Let me know if there's anything I can do to serve you. If I can help you in any way, I would love to meet you. I'd love to have a conversation with you. I'd love to take this offline. Hit me up in a DM. Let's talk about it. Let me help you, right? Let me help you. And like, since I've been doing that with some of the troll comments, like honestly, they quiet down. Nobody has took me up on the offer yet and hit me up in a DM. But they kind of like just diffuses the situation because they see that they're not going to rattle me or piss me off. It's like, oh, this guy's not even fazed by my comment. Like, why would I keep going? You know, like he's like not even fazed by it. So that's kind of the way I'm handling these situations now. But I am serious about helping. If they want to reach out to me in a DM, I'd love to talk to them. I'd love to just get behind the brain for a minute and figure out where they're coming from. And maybe I can help them. Maybe I could literally transform someone's life who was like a troll, and I could actually help them in their life and make a difference. I mean, how cool would that be? There was a gentleman that was in this chat, and he was definitely not trolling. He was actually participating, and he was listening, and he was focused, and he was hearing the words that I was sharing. And he shared vulnerably that he was having an issue, that he was struggling. he was struggling with showing up consistently, and he was burning out. And anyways, he was being vulnerable. And again, I offered up the same offer. I said, hey, connect with me on Facebook. Let's take the conversation offline. And we did. We had a Zoom meeting. I was able to, he's in South Africa. We were able to have a conversation, and I was able to really unlock a lot of the things that were going on behind the scenes of his life, where if he takes action on the roadmap that I gave him, hopefully can change this kid's life, because he's got a lot of good things going for him. He's a smart kid. He wants change, and he just needed a roadmap. So I was able to give him that, and it was awesome. So guys, I love you all. I want to help each and every one of you if I can. Jamie, good morning. Good morning. Good to see you. Hello, hello, hello. So just as much as I wanted to help that kid, I want to help the trolls too. Isn't that crazy? Again, my first reaction was to block those trolls. I have a good friend of mine, Amberly Lago. She's amazing. She's like one of the top keynote speakers in the world. And she says, bless them and block them. Bless them and block them. I'm going to take a different approach. I'm going to bless them and I'm going to help them. Right? Like, I'm just going to figure out how can I serve them. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, shoot. Man, did y'all see that? Whoa, that's crazy. My treadmill just stopped, like, out of nowhere. Maybe that means that's a sign, y'all. That's a sign I need to... That's crazy. I almost died, and y'all saw it live, okay? When you're going on the treadmill, and the thing just goes, skirt. Dang, that's pretty scary. Oh, man, I almost bit the dust. I'm grateful I didn't. See, there's another thing to be grateful for. Wait a minute. It's beeping again? I don't know. I need to get off this thing before I die over here. But hey, guys, thank you so much. Appreciate you being with me this morning. This was a little bit of a crazy episode. We did 2.5 miles almost, about 2.5 miles. I know, Mickey, right? Isn't that crazy? Mickey, that's nuts. You almost saw me die right here. Prince says, I dropped a sub, brother. Keep on going. I was on, just seeing your sense of humor and surprised me. Seems to be a good dude, man. Keep going. Appreciate you. You know, Prince, I love that. I love that we were able to have that little interaction there to figure out, you know, kind of what's going on. So I appreciate you, man. Really do. Well, there you go, guys. I'm grateful to be alive, that I didn't die on this treadmill this morning, even though it just stopped. And matter of fact, this thing says it's still going. Like, something happened here. Like, anyway, that's pretty crazy, but I'm grateful to not have fallen or dying on this thing. So anyway, y'all have an amazing, blessed day. Okay. Before you leave, I got one request. If you're enjoying this show and if it spoke to you in any kind of way, I only have one ask. I want you to go, because you're already on YouTube. I just want you to hop on to my channel. Okay. It's the Who You Know Show. That's my podcast where it's not this show. It's a little bit different. Like, this is my daily gratitude and gains and goals. And I share with you guys things that are going on in my life and stuff like that. It really holds me accountable to get up here and do this every day. It holds me accountable to actually work out every day. It holds me accountable to write down my goals every day and all of that. So anyways, that's what this show is about. But my normal podcast, it's called the Who You Know Show. So you're already on the channel. I want you to go check that out. And what that show's about, it's about unlocking the blueprints to success. Okay. And there's a wheel of life. Okay. There's 6 areas in your life that need to be successful. And oftentimes we may be successful in one area and maybe not in another. Okay. So that's your wealth, your health, your business, your career, your relationships, and your faith. Okay. Those are the 6 areas. And so in my podcast, what I'm doing is I'm looking for people who are successful in one of those areas. Okay. We're talking about CEOs, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, best-selling authors, coaches. We've got celebrities and athletes. You know, I've interviewed a lot of big names and stuff like that. And what I'm doing is I'm just looking for successful people. That way I can unlock their blueprint to success and figure out, because success leaves clues, guys, right? It really does. When you have a successful person in one of their areas of life, like there's a pattern, there's a clue pattern, and if you can follow that, right, it can help you get there quicker. You don't have to take the 20-year journey or whatever it took them to get there. You could do it a lot faster because they already have the blueprint, right? And so that's what my podcast is about. It's about pulling apart those things and trying to figure out the blueprint to success in those 6 areas. So go check it out. Just subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I would appreciate that. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much again. I'm glad I didn't die. Grateful. Thank you so much. We got Prakar Sharma. I hope that I'm saying that right. Probably not. If I messed it up, forgive me. Okay. Have mercy on me. All right. But y'all have an amazing, blessed day. Okay. I will see y'all again tomorrow. That's the show. It's all about who you know. Bye.